Okay, so here's the truck at Homestead, and as usual, I'm going to show you my fastest lap in slow motion, and then some other laps that I made some mistakes on. Now here, I do run a little bit of a higher line than most people do, so don't be afraid if you think that you should run it a little bit lower through the middle of the corner, and maybe even coming off. It's just that I prefer that higher line because it allows you to get a better run coming off of the corner, and that when you're racing in traffic usually makes you a lot harder to pass here. You can see I run kind of that middle line through the corner and then come up high coming off. The car here is going to be really tight going into the corner and really loose coming off, so especially if you're running the high line, or really any line, you really have to be careful not to overwork the wheel when you're getting on the throttle. You'll see that a lot better when I show you this lap at full speed after this. Okay, here it is, full speed. See my car start to slide just a little bit, and I have to work the wheel a little just to keep it straight, but that's kind of what you have to do to go around this track going fast. Don't be afraid if you spin out a couple times. Definitely practice before you race here. Alright, so that was my fastest lap. Here's some ones that I made some mistakes on. It's alright through 1 and 2 though. Three and 4, I just get a little bit too high too early, and I have to delay getting on the throttle a bit, so that's what slows me down that lap. Slow me down by about 0.25 over my fastest lap. And there you can see I get really loose and start heading up to the wall, so I gotta get out of the throttle, and that costs a lot of time, especially going onto that back stretch there. And again, got loose coming out of 4. Here's a lap that wasn't so slow, it's a 33.311. And I ran a little bit of a higher line through 1 and 2, so that's probably where I lost time from my fastest lap, but that's still not a terrible line. You can get away with running a higher line here. You can't really get away with not running it hard enough into the corner. Just don't run it too hard, because that wall will suck you up and you cannot get off the wall once you hit it. A little bit of loose off 3. Or, I'm sorry, off of 2. And I ran it a little bit too hard there in the 3 and ran a higher line there than I should have. There's a couple of 33.6s, so these were quite a bit slower. Very loose off 2, so loose I have to get out of the throttle, and once again, getting out of the throttle going on to the backstretch is not a good place if you're going for time. But you may have to get out of the throttle here to save it. Sometimes you can save it without getting out of the throttle, sometimes you can't. It's just a matter of how comfortable you are with the car, and that kind of tells you how much you'll have to let out to save it. Again, loose off 2 there, and that's going to cost me even more time this lap than it did last time. Alright, I hope this video helps you guys. That's all the laps I have for you.